There is a certain type of person the internet falls in love with. Not the loudest and not even the flashiest, and certainly not the one screaming at the camera at 3 a.m. The internet fell in love with the quiet one, the guy that is so nice to everybody and never does anything, and just is who he is. The one who laughed at his own self-deprecating jokes and shied away when somebody called him cute. He was the closest thing the internet could call a genuinely wholesome person. No drama, no controversies, and no ego. Just a soft-spoken guy playing games with his friend. But the image shattered on April 10th, 2026. For the streams and the millions of followers, Thomas was just a guy from Southern California. He is of Chinese and Vietnamese descent, and he grew up quiet, private, and not particularly into anything called streaming or showing yourself online. He earned a bachelor's in mathematics and statistics, and he worked as a software developer. This wasn't a man chasing fame, is what I'm trying to say. But he started a YouTube channel in 2011. League of Legends commentary on a channel named Sykkuno with no O, I guess. I don't know. For nearly a decade, almost nobody watched. No face cam and no personality branding at all. Just a calm voice over gameplay footage. And I guess that type of content he used to do would have done millions now because people love it. Somebody's just whispering in the microphone. But he stayed under 50k followers for years. And I don't know about you guys, but staying under 50k followers, I mean, it's not that bad of a deal if you know what I'm saying. Then in 2019, a fellow streamer named Lily Pichu talked him into streaming regularly. He showed his face on a camera in February of 2020, and then Among Us happened. The game was perfect for him because Among Us rewarded exactly what Sykkuno was. Just an unamusing and a tad awkward, impossible to read guy who would sit there cute and quiet whilst all the creators are fighting and accusing each other, and he would win. Or he would be voted out immediately. And I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I have this one friend we used to play Among Us together, and I remember us voting him out each and every time, and just the hate on that friend is just so amusing, and it is till this day. I think he's watching this video right now. You know who you are. Either way, chat loved it. He was playing with Valkyrie, Disguised Toast, Pokimane, and Corpse Husband, the biggest names in streaming, or they were at that time. And in that company, you would think that he would be invisible, but he actually stood out. By the end of 2020, he was one of the fastest growing streamers at that time. He made close to $2 million on Twitch between 2019 and 2020. In April of 2021, he played Among Us on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Stranger Things actors, and members of The Roots. A software developer from San Gabriel was now on late night shows. In 2022, YouTube came knocking on his door with a multi-million-dollar streaming deal, which was of course exclusive, and he took it. And the brand he built of the ooh soft-spoken cute guy followed him there. But here's the thing about a persona. The longer you maintain it, the more it costs when you break it, because eventually you will. On April 10th, 2026, a VTuber named Himomal posted a link on X, and the link led to a 32-page Google document. And the document describes Sykkuno of being, in her own words, a serial cheater, a master manipulator, and a dangerous predator. And it contained screenshots, audio clips, and even alleged payment records. And in 48 hours, it had 20 million views. And the core allegation in this whole document was that Sykkuno had been in a secret relationship for years, while at the same time pursuing multiple other women, smaller creators and upcoming streamers. Women who, as Hemomal VT puts it, were easy to take advantage of because of the big power gap. The pattern she described has a name, and it's called love bomb. Intense early attention you give to a person that you're interested in getting. Private messages and just a general feeling of feeling like you are a special person to this other person who is pursuing you, but then later find out that you're one of many. Within hours, other women started coming forward. A streamer named Dottie said that she had met Sykkuno at TwitchCon in 2022, and she said that he had asked for her number, but she gave him a number of a Domino's. Nami Kitsunami described Sykkuno reaching out to her through VR chat, buying her Steam games, and also inviting her to a meetup. And she says that she turned it down. A streamer named Leia came forward with the most explosive claim, describing a meetup during EVO in Las Vegas that led to sex. In the morning after, where Sykkuno didn't want to talk about it. One by one, the stories stacked upon each other, and the people that built this guy's streaming career started processing this gap between who they thought he was and how the women who came out with these stories described him. For 6 days, Sykkuno said nothing. During that silence, a screenshot went viral. It appeared to be an Instagram story from Sykkuno's account, and it read, "I didn't do anything wrong. I was unhappy and I did what any person in my position would do. Sorry, not sorry." And it was fake. Community notes flagged it as fabricated within hours. But the fact that so many people believed it that quickly says a lot. Meanwhile, his closest friend Valkyrie was put in a very hard position. One of Sykkuno's closest friends, somebody that has lived with him, she said that she had spoken with him privately and she had called him a cheater. She apologized to the women who were involved, but she also walked back a public tweet saying it gave a lot of ammo to a lot of angry people. And the jobless community was divided on whether she was loyal, being cowardly, or just a human. 6 days after the Sykkuno files were dropped, Sykkuno came out with a joint statement, him and his girlfriend together. He confirmed that he had been unfaithful and apologized, most of all to her. He said that they have been working on the relationship before this expose dropped, but all the public exposure had fucked up the healing process of the relationship. He pushed back on what he called false accusations and extreme labels and asked people to not send hate to anybody involved. I always have a problem when people say, please don't spread hate, or please don't hate, or don't send hate to these people. Do you really think that your words do weigh anything for these people now that they hate you? I don't understand that. In general, the internet will always be a hateful place. Likewise, it will always be a place where you can go and find communities. That's just how it is. Just guys, you who are watching this video, if you want to hate, just go ahead and do it, because I cannot tell you anything or convince you in any way to stop doing it. His girlfriend said she was staying, and she said that she didn't think he was irredeemable. She said she believed this was a step in the right direction. And Sykkuno announced an indefinite break from streaming. Here's the part that actually matters in my opinion, and it's not the drama, it's the structure underneath it. Sykkuno built a brand around a very specific thing, and this persona has been unpatched for a long time, as you guys know, the nice guy persona. The idea that what you saw on stream of him was exactly how he was as a person. The shyness wasn't performative, and the self-deprecation wasn't a bit, and the whole wholesome thing was a real thing. And that is what made him different from other streamers. And the parasocial relationship that his fans had with him wasn't just parasocial. It felt grounded, because he seemed impeccable of the kind of thing he is now accused of. But the allegations describe something very different from this persona we're talking about. They describe someone who understood how to leverage their image, who used his soft-spoken, harmless presentation to get close to women who would have had their guard down around him, who knew that being Sykkuno opened doors to stuff you cannot imagine as a regular Joe Schmo. There is a specific cruelty with that if this whole situation is true, because the thing that made him trustworthy was the exact tool he used. And this is the tension at the center of this Sykkuno story. Is it a persona, or is he like that? Is he this guy that is just going into a McDonald's asking for a cheeseburger and then chuckles and gets red cheeks when he asks for it? Or is he just using all this bullshit to get more pussy? We don't have a clean answer to that, but what we do have is a statement of him admitting infidelity, multiple women's accounts, and a community sitting with the uncomfortable realization that the people they think they know online might not be who they think they are. Sykkuno spent over a decade being the internet's favorite person. He turned that into a career worth millions. He turned it into a brand that made people feel safe. What happens next is being written. His girlfriend is staying and he's taking a break from streaming, and all of the jobless fans are divided on forgiving him and hating him. But maybe the most honest thing that came out of this whole shit show was his girlfriend's statement. She said that she never intended for this to become a public controversy, that her feelings were overlooked, and that the situation directly affected her, and that she was an afterthought in this discourse. In the end, the loudest story was about the persona. The quieter one was about the person who actually got hurt. That is going to be it for this fuck-ass story. I had cooked up today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And leave comments giving me feedback. I like being told what I can do better. Although last time I was left comments about me wearing silver instead of gold because, I didn't have money for that. I guess it's feedback, but that's not the type of feedback I was asking for. Anyways, take care, motherfuckers. See ya.